Good afternoon. Welcome to Deep Thoughts While Driving. Me, myself, and I here. As per the norm, I'm just backing out of my spot, heading to work. It is Sunday, which means it is my Friday. It is also the last day of work before I get 10 days off. So in 8 hours and 25 minutes, I will be on holidays. Yay me! That is not the point of this video. The point of this video is, well, the thought for the video, for the drive, is temptation and frustration. I say that because come on, listen to that. There's really no decent music on the radio at the moment. It's all garbage. Quiet, don't want to listen to you. Anyhow, temptation and frustration. Gonna get a little personal here, maybe get a little graphic, so suck it up, buttercup, and deal with it. This is an adult-oriented video log, and if you don't like it or can't handle it, turn it off right here, right now. So anyhow, I am a married man. My wife is younger than I am. There is I wouldn't say a significant age difference, but a age difference between the two of us. Past this lady with her dog. So basically, I'm a dirty old man. Plain and simple. I married a woman younger than me. Turns out she's 12 years younger than me. Didn't realize that when I fell in love with her. By the time I realized it, it was just too late. Now, we used to be quite romantic. We used to be quite intimate. We had life throw us a few monkey wrenches. My wife ended up being pregnant while on birth control. Yes, it can happen. That ended in a miscarriage at 4.5 months. She actually had to deliver the fetus. It was extremely traumatic for her. Extremely traumatic for me too. I mean, it was her first pregnancy and ended up being her first miscarriage and I guess delivery. That's the way to put it, really. When I was with my first wife, there was a lot of reproductive issues, let's just say. So with my current wife and the love of my life, it was her first pregnancy and her first miscarriage. It was my 7th pregnancy, 6th miscarriage that I ended up going through. Now, on the guy's side, it is obviously it's not as traumatic for the guy as it is for the girl. Obviously, I mean, like, I would never think of trying to minimize the physical, emotional, and psychological impact of a miscarriage on a woman. Never. I mean, it's hell for the woman. Period. End of discussion. I'm not a woman. I've never been pregnant myself. I've never miscarried a child myself. I have seen the impact it has on the women in my life and the women I love, or loved at that point because of the first wife. But anyhow, and I would never try and minimize it in any way, shape, or form. It's hell, plain and simple. Hell would be a vacation compared to experiencing that. I wouldn't wish a miscarriage on my ex-wife. That's how bad it is. or my worst enemy. So my wife and I, we went through that. It was hell. It being the 6th for me really messed me up. Anyhow, after that, after we got married, she decided that when we got married, you know, that after we were married, we weren't going to try and get pregnant. We just weren't going to try to not get pregnant. Basically, she was just going to stop taking birth control, and if it happened, it happened. If it didn't happen, it didn't happen. Let the universe decide what was going to happen, when, and why. Because of the miscarriage and how I handled it and how she handled it, we were having a lot of difficulty being close and intimate with one another. I'm trying to be delicate here. I'm not trying to just give, you know, blood, guts, and gore, but we had troubles being together in the bedroom, plain and simple. You just cut that guy off for no reason. What a jerk. Jeez. Anyhow, we weren't together very often. Like, we were living together, sleeping in the same bed, but we weren't trying to be intimate very often. And it happened to be the things we happen to maybe once every 3 to 6 months. And magically, we hadn't been together in 6 months, and well, he's from Ontario. That makes it explains a lot. So we hadn't been together in 6 months, and we fooled around one night, and magically my son was conceived. Now, because of the miscarriage, as soon as we found out that she was pregnant, or realized she was pregnant, we saw the specialist that helped her with the miscarriage. That's better. Anyhow, and basically he made it quite clear, no more fooling around, nothing until after the baby's born. Period. High risk, very, very high risk pregnancy. I'll spare you the gory details, but they basically had to stitch her up so the baby couldn't fall out. So she's a bowler, and she wasn't allowed to bowl because, you know, like, it's like, the specialist told her, I hope you had fun bowling on this is like a Tuesday, like she bowled on Friday. Hope you had a good game on last Friday and had fun, because you're not touching another bowling ball or lifting anything as heavy as a jug of milk from now until after the baby's born. And he looked at me and he's like, I hope you had fun last night, because you ain't getting anywhere near her lady parts until after the baby's born. High risk pregnancy, of course, you know. I love my wife more than air itself, than my own existence, so I'm not going to put her at risk, and I don't want to have her go through the trauma of another miscarriage. So heavy drama, heavy trauma, very tense. The pregnancy was insane. At one point she was going to the hospital for non-stress tests and ultrasounds on a weekly basis. So when I say a high-risk pregnancy, short of literally being stuck on bed rest, yeah, she wasn't allowed to lift a jug of milk. Anything heavier than a half full jug of milk, and the doctor was going to basically beat my ass if he found out that she lifted anything that heavy. So at work, she was allowed to sit on a bar stool in front of the computer, and that's it. Nobody let her do anything. They didn't let her touch a broom, nothing. She felt like an idiot. She felt like an invalid. But nobody was taking any chances with her having, you know, high-risk pregnancy. Sit, chill. So our son was born. Had some complications. The doctor said, you know, maybe 6 weeks after the baby's born, you might be able to, you know, be intimate. And it ended up being 8 weeks afterwards. He's like, okay, you guys are all, you know, she's all clear, everything's healed up, you know, like, if you want to, you can just go slow, be careful, you know, if anything hurts, stop, kind of thing. It's not at high risk, it's just during the delivery there was some damage that they had to stitch up, and, you know. So my son is 8 and a half. Since my son was born, we tried to have relations, tried to have fun, tried to fool around 6 times. And that was in the first 2.5, 3 years. To say it's been a dry patch since for intimacy, it would be an understatement. It'd be the understatement of the decade. I have a sex drive. I am a man, I have a penis, I have a sex drive. My wife, on the other hand, has 0. She has no desire, no interest in anything resembling anything going on in the bedroom other than cuddling, rolling over, and going to sleep. Now, my wife is a beautiful woman. To me, she could be a supermodel. I think she's drop dead gorgeous. She thinks she's fat and ugly. She's carrying some extra weight, but I like a woman with extra weight on them. I don't want these bone racks. But my wife's walking around. She's in her, pajama pants or her sweatpants, whatever, and they're kind of tight and form-fitting. They look fantastic on her. She's a larger-breasted woman. She's going around not wearing a bra, and basically she's driving me bat-shit crazy. She's comfortable. It's her weekend. She's just relaxing, and I'm looking at her going like I'm drooling, like she's, a T-bone steak, and I'm a starving man. She didn't seem to get the fact that she's driving me nuts. So yeah, I'm at work. So for now, that's it. That's all. Take it easy. Have a good one. Stay home. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Later.